You didn't find this video found you. And in much the same way, you haven't been seeing 111 and 1111. Those numbers have been seeing you. But you already knew that when you clicked on this video. By now, you are acutely aware of the fact that what you're experiencing is not only abnormal, but it is not coincidental. There has to be something deeper behind this. And there is. That said, why are you seeing these numbers? Well, there are two potential explanations. There's a logical explanation and there's an illogical explanation. The logical explanation is that you are subconsciously seeking these numbers out because of your reticular activating system, or rather, this is a means of you getting in tune with your subconscious mind via your reticular activating system. Now, I'm throwing all of these big words at you. I want you to view your reticular activating system as your inner GPS. So just picture it as your mind's GPS. And I want you to think of your subconscious mind as the map. Your subconscious mind is sort of like the map where your reticular activating system finds direction. So when you set a destination on the map, so your subconscious mind, your reticular activating system gives you the directions for that. If you're still confused, basically your reticular activating system is your mind's pattern recognition and goal setting software, and it sets these goals within your subconscious mind. So if you're watching this video and if you've been seeing these numbers, I'm going to take a wild guess that at some point in the recent past, whether consciously or subconsciously, you set some sort of goal. You set some sort of goal for yourself, for your life. And again, you might not even be aware of the fact that you did this. Maybe you're working at a job that you don't like, and somewhere within the back of your mind, you told yourself, I don't want to work at this job anymore. I want to do that instead. And I'm citing this example because that's exactly what happened to me when I started seeing the numbers. Or it may be something else in your case. But rest assured that somewhere within your mind, you have set an intention. And by setting that intention, you have activated your reticular activating system. Now, granted, your reticular activating system is always working because we as humans are goal-oriented individuals. We are a goal-oriented species. That is how we continue to evolve. That's how we accomplish things. When you clicked on this video, you set a goal, you set an intention in your mind to click on this video, and you did it. It may not seem significant because there was very little resistance involved. Nevertheless, you still activated your reticular activating system. When you activate your reticular activating system in pursuit of a particular goal, especially a big goal, a life-changing, life-altering goal, what ends up happening is your reticular activating system feeds into your subconscious mind the goal that you have set, and then from there, it gives you signs. So you start to become more aware of patterns. So your pattern recognition ability is improving. You're starting to observe opportunities. You're starting to put yourself in positions to come across these numbers. So it's not necessarily that you're making the numbers appear. It's just that now you're more apt to be in the right place at the right time because your reticular activating system is working in the background of your mind to get you in tune with it so that whenever you start to pursue this bigger goal that you have, this larger vision for yourself that you have, which likely is very, very life-altering in its nature, you will be prepared to spot and seize those opportunities that correlate with that particular goal. This is the logical explanation. There's nothing woo-woo or esoteric about this. This is literally just psychology. Really, it's just common sense. And again, if you need proof, just think about the fact that you clicked on this video using that same exact mechanism. Now, the illogical explanation. What is the illogical explanation? The illogical explanation is that God, Allah, the universe, whatever you believe in, if you believe in a higher power, is communicating with you. This higher power, this all-encompassing being, is communicating with you. Now, I understand that if you're not a spiritually inclined person, this is definitely going to throw you off a bit. It might be off-putting. Maybe you're thinking about clicking off of the video. And that's fine. Even if you clicked off of the video right now, just the logical explanation alone is enough to understand that what you're experiencing is not a matter of coincidence. It's a matter of intention backed by, well, psychology. But if you've been experiencing this for long enough, for more than a few days or weeks, you've probably begun to realize that it's almost a little too convenient how frequently and under what circumstances you're coming across these numbers. There's situations that subconsciously you never could have known prior to coming across the numbers. You couldn't have known that that particular license plate with that number on it was going to be on that particular street at that particular time. You had no way of knowing that. Our subconscious minds are extremely powerful, powerful beyond your conscious comprehension. And the subconscious mind dictates 95% of your day-to-day actions. So understand that your subconscious mind plays a part in this, whether you're spiritual or not. They're not mutually exclusive by any means. But your subconscious mind can't account for every instance of this number. And you could argue that 111 and 1111 are very frequent numbers, but if that's the case, why weren't you seeing them before? And really, I don't even need to explain that to you, because if you're at this point in the video, then clearly what I'm saying is resonating with you. So the illogical explanation to my point earlier is that this higher power is trying to speak to you. It's trying to connect with you. And it's doing this by communicating through your subconscious mind, through your reticular activating system, which serves as the bridge effectively between your conscious mind and your unconscious, or rather your subconscious mind. I know I'm throwing all of these analogies at you, but essentially, this higher power is communicating with you, and it's steering you toward the path that you need to be on in order to facilitate the achievement of whatever goal or intention you've recently set for yourself. And again, this goal that you've set for yourself may be subconscious in nature. You might not even be aware of the fact that you've set this goal, which is why it's important to take inventory on where you're going in life, what direction you're moving in this life. Because if you're seeing these numbers, you are moving in a particular direction. You're no longer just drifting. You're moving somewhere, and you have to figure out where that is before you end up somewhere that you don't actually genuinely want to be. So you need to make sure that you're following your intuition as well. Why is that? The reason why is because intuition is the language of this higher being. And again, it doesn't matter what you believe this higher being is. It doesn't matter. This is all inclusive. If you believe there's a higher power and it's communicating with you, you need to understand that it speaks to you through your intuitive nudges. That little gut feeling that you have to quit that job is only going to grow stronger and stronger until eventually you begin to subconsciously place yourself in situations where you start to sabotage your situation because you know that you've outgrown it. You know that it doesn't serve you on the path that you're pursuing. So you need to listen to your intuition before you start to subconsciously tear your own life apart, because again, your subconscious mind accounts for 95% of the actions that you take on a day-to-day basis. So follow your intuition early so that the transition process, the transitory process, is not as destructive and doesn't involve as much pain and suffering on your part. Now, whether you believe anything that I just said or not, and again, the logical explanation is indisputable. This is literally just science. Whether you believe in the spiritual explanation or not, the truth remains the same. Your desires are on the way. The intention that you've set for yourself, the goal that you've set, the destination that you've set in your inner GPS is already established, and that is the direction in which you are heading. And if you deviate from the direction that your GPS tells you to go in, you'll simply be rerouted in another direction that will still lead to that destination. May take longer, but you're still going to get there. You seeing these numbers is simply confirmation of that fact, that you are heading toward your desired destination. And again, you need to take some self-inventory and assess whether the destination that you're going toward actually is desirable for you or not. In my case, for example, I especially started seeing these numbers very recently when I started working on building my coaching program, my brand new life coaching program. Because once I realized that it is my purpose on this earth, at least for this season of my life, to be a life coach and help other people like you become as successful as possible in every aspect possible. Once I leaned into that purpose and began building out this program, taking steps on a day-to-day basis to actively see this vision into fruition, these numbers began to find me, and they've simply served as confirmation that I am on the right path.